Alright, so I'm going to start today with a hypothetical situation for us all. So let's say we have finished finals, we've gone home, we're going to just be going to a Christmas party at a friend's house. So we go downstairs, get into our car, turn it on, tap in the address, and we can just turn back around again on our phone, maybe watching a movie, doing homework, something like that. Then halfway there, we realize, I told my friend that I was going to bring something to drink. So you turn your seat back around, tap into the computer to go to the nearest mobile convenience store. So it reroutes you. You get there, you're greeted by a hologram, so you enter the door, log into your app on your phone, grab the drink, and just walk out the door. The phone will automatically charge you later through your account. And you get to your friend's house, and you guys are all able to talk about your universal basic income, what you're doing with that, trips you're planning on taking, etc., etc. Now, if this all sounded kind of weird, it shouldn't, because all those things are real right now. Self-driving cars are going to be legal all throughout California in 2018. Mobile convenience stores, called Mobi, which are run by holograms, are mobile, are already installed throughout Shanghai. An even crazier one is that just last week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago now, a artificial intelligence boy was given residence in Japan and officially placed on their registry. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So this is, robots and automation is a huge topic. So today I'm just going to be able to limit it to one main idea. So that you guys can better understand kind of the upcoming effects that this is going to really have on your lives. I'm going to talk about some of the effects that this will have on economy. So the first thing I kind of mentioned just a minute ago was the idea of a self-driving car. According to the survey, none of you had ever ridden in one. That's pretty normal. There aren't a whole lot out here. But they are starting to be rolled out in California. They've been legal for a long time in Arizona, New Mexico, even Washington State. And that's just in the US. They're also quite popular overseas. I mean, they make a lot of sense to me. Out here in the Quad Cities, it would be nice if you wanted to go to Iowa City or to Chicago or something over the weekend, that you could just work on homework or have some fun in the car while your car just took you there safely. A number of you mentioned also in the survey some of the maybe concerns you had with self-driving cars, and that is brought up all the time. What if a self-driving car malfunctioned, or what if one killed you or something? To kind of combat that, according to the Association for Safe International Road Travel, nearly 1.3 million people are killed in road accidents every year, and an additional 20 to 50 million are injured or disabled. As of July, self-driving cars have driven about 150,000 miles on the road. They've been involved in 14 accidents, all of which were legally the human driver's fault. So far, which one sounds safer? In fact, Elon Musk, who is one of the kind of forefront people in the artificial intelligence community, has gone on to say, people may outlaw driving cars because they're too dangerous. So with this idea of self-driving cars coming, comes the opportunity for all transportation jobs to be replaced by self-driving cars. So that would mean no more Uber, no more Lyft, taxis, even the whole trucking industry. Right now, road transportation jobs take up about 8% of America's gross domestic profit, which is a pretty big amount. So what would happen to this powerhouse industry if all of a sudden we didn't need people to actually operate it very much? Now, that's not the only industry that's likely going to be affected very soon. In the survey, a number of you guys said that you did not believe a robot would be able to replace your job. That might be true right now, but in Japan, just recently, 10,000 robots called Pepper were just rolled out onto the market. Pepper is equipped with emotions. It has sensors that can read facial expressions, tones of voice, very complex algorithms so that it can think and feel, and according to, it said very well in an article from The Cut about Pepper, he's at ease with people he knows, he's scared in the dark, and he's lonely when he gets ignored. Now, these robots actually have been very popular. Every single one of them has been bought. So imagine this gets even more developed, and in a couple of years down the road, It starts doing communication jobs or starts managing businesses, teaching kids, etc. We don't know what's going to happen yet. But say this does happen, what's that going to look like for us when the job market is so drastically changed or drastically shortened? There's actually a lot of optimism there in this community. And actually, I missed some slides. That's a picture of Pepper right there. He is kind of cute, right? He's actually very popular with kids. And it does talk to you. So, but yeah, so when all this happens, there is a lot of optimism in the robotics community about what's going to happen. In fact, a lot of people think that with this drastic shortening of jobs, we're going to have some form of universal basic income. To a lot of people, this sounds a bit like trying to force socialism to people. So it's being met with a lot of skepticism. To respond to that, in an interview with Wired, author Martin Ford said, "People say that having a guaranteed income will turn everyone into a slacker and will destroy the economy. I think the opposite might be true, that it might push us more toward entrepreneurship and more risk-taking." So robots could get our food for us, get our water for us, make buildings for us, maintain our roads, etc. All these necessary jobs. Wouldn't it make sense that we would just be guaranteed to have an income that we would be able to then pursue more kind of cultural aspirations or creative aspirations? So, to conclude, I hope you guys do have a better idea of how this might impact the next couple of years for you. It's not just sci-fi anymore. This is probably only 10, 15 years away at most. I know you guys all have careers that you want to go down, want to be successful in them. With the increased number of robots, it might even redefine what that success is going to look like. Michael Fulton, a graduate researcher and a good friend of mine at the University of Minnesota, said that robotics is the single most important thing that's going to happen in our lifetime. So as we go into this really different age, I ask you guys to think, what kind of future do you think that we're going to build once human hands won't be necessary?